Today we're going to be talking about Bundesliga Week 28, and we have two of our regulars in our public wagering Discord. We have AM Plus Money, and we have Mr. EJ, TheRainMaker. I'm going to bring those two guys in right now. Here is EJ, here is AM. Gentlemen, what's up? Boys.
Hey, what's up to all people of New York, man? Especially in Long Island. Long Island iced tea for the Long Island of New York. Oh, hell yeah.
So you guys, we're actually
What's happening, man? How you doing? You all right?
It's all right?
Just asking you how you doing, man. You doing all right today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, we're actually streaming right now to 5 different platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Mixer, and we're on also on Twitter. So there you go.
Nice. How you doing?
Great. And so you guys, I thought we broke down week 27 really good, or you guys did. And so I'm hoping that a few people are going to be asking some questions for you guys. But looking back, I guess let's look back on week 27 before we move on to week 28. And so EJ, what stood out to you the most about week 28?
Hey, it started right away, man. That Hertha Berlin club in the second half so far has just come out of a. I mean, my God, it's like they go to the locker room and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? Let's go. And boy, did they go. I mean, you pick a derby to just go blow them out. It was nothing halftime. I think everybody, we had the over 2.5 handed out. And I think all of us were like, oh, boy, really? Just nothing? Yeah. Berlin's second half, that's amazing, man. 4 shots on goal, 4 goals. And they took how many shots? 8 shots that second half. You took something from that right away, man. Of course, man, what else would I talk about? Dortmund? Nice call, man. Nice call with Wolfsburg, AM. Not scoring a goal there. Man, red card didn't help them either. Nice call.
Yeah, they haven't really been impressing as of late. Like I said, I got to see it from Wolfsburg before I start trusting them going forward. I think they have the talent. Yeah, they hadn't scored in their last 6 games against Dortmund, and they just made it 7. So
it really showed, man. And that's amazing to think of how they're going to recover from that. I mean, how are they going to recover from that, man? Because right now we're going to talk about the table a little bit. They're at 39 points and pretty safe, you would think, in that 6th spot, but they're not, man. Everybody there's like a whole bunch of teams in there, but yeah, it's going to be, they're not safe at all. They better be looking behind them because everyone's coming in. Man, how about the Paderborn match? Really? 1-1? 1-1. In what, less than 10 minutes? And did you see all the shots? That match was an awesome match to watch. Amazing that nobody scored a 3rd goal there. That was outrageous to me this weekend, man. What the hell was that?
And what about you, AM? Is there anything that stood out to you this past weekend? There was a couple Sunday games there. Schalke, of course, comes up empty again, so that's back-to-back weekends.
That was definitely one that stood out to me because right before the January break, Schalke was holding up like the 4th spot. They were in a Champions League spot, and they just totally let it slip. They had that incident where their goaltender got suspended, haven't really recovered from that snap in their team. So it was definitely interesting to see that match, how that one played out. Yeah. Augsburg, that doesn't really, that's not like oh my God, going forward, they're going to start playing. Augsburg's that kind of up and down team. They have matches like that, and then they'll have another match where they don't score at all. But Schalke is definitely, I want to see how they're going moving forward because like EJ said, a lot of teams have a chance at that 6th spot, and Schalke is one of them. But if they keep playing the way they are right now, they're definitely not going to get there. They're just going to slip further down the table.
Is Wagner's job in jeopardy, man? Do you not think Wagner's job's in jeopardy? Because he came in, obviously turned everything around. And like you said, man, they were up there challenging for like Europe. And next thing you know, since January 14th, they have a league match, except for that cup match where they won 3-2. They haven't won since January, man. Where it's obviously we had the break and all, but dude, they are not playing well at all. And
think about this: they've scored 2 goals in the last 9 games.
Not good. You're not going to win many matches, dude.
Exactly. They're not producing right now, and I think his job is definitely in jeopardy because if your team's not scoring, you can't win games. How are you going to win games? You can't get by on draws.
Yeah.
So after 2 weeks now, what do you guys think about the no fans? What do you think about the quicker season? You know how we're playing extremely quickly here now. So I mean, and so just imagine when the North American sports comes back. So after 2 weeks, do you think that's had any effect on these teams, or what are your thoughts on that? Nothing yet at this point, or?
Can I start, man? Can I start, please?
Sure.
You saw my post. I assume you saw my post, man, with what Fox did trying to put a fake crowd noise in the background, and they overdrowned the guys calling the game so badly. I'm trying to turn up my TV to hear the guys actually calling the game a little bit, but no, man. Now I get if you want to put a fake crowd in the background, dude. Put it so it's not. There's no one there. There's no one there. So creating a fake, dude. I thought it was like a 1970s sitcom. Waiting for like, wait for like Dukes of Hazzard to come in the back and like, what's going on here? I didn't like the fake noise, man. I really didn't like it. It's not real. I mean, when it's not real like that, you can't create a fake. I can get the chanting in the background for the team and all that, but keep it so low so the guys that are calling the game can actually be heard. I had to turn down my volume for the last 2 matches. Like, nope. You know what? No.
So from a fan's point of view, you hated it, but
hated it.
And so
I talked to Ian. You guys might know Ian Joy over at Fox, man. I talked to him for like a half hour today, and he and I are friends, man. And him and Alexi got into it too. Alexi was like, "I'll like it," and Ian was like, "I don't like it." And when I spoke to him about this afternoon, he said it grew on him a little bit, and I said it kind of did too, except for the drowning out part of it. But Ian didn't like it either that much from what I'm getting. So, man, what did you think, Ian? Did you like the crowd noise?
Oh, I wasn't a fan. Personally, I just want to see like the realistic experience. If there's nobody in the crowd, I don't want to hear fans at all. I just want to hear them call the game. Yeah. Maybe the few outburst noises you hear from the teams on the field, but that's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
So are the results of these games, like, would you say that any of them have been affected? Like, are they so out of character that because of this, because no fans in the stands? A little bit. A little bit, okay.
Just the earliness, right? AM, we're talking like I think we saw it when they first came back. How it took a half hour for everybody to even remotely get comfortable without fans in the stands. And I think that was why. So I think we're seeing a lot of slow starts because everyone's just like.
That's exactly what I think.
What the hell is going on here?
Right. Well, if you guys want to move on to now week 28.
Hey man.
And
let's
so
talk
that's
about Leverkusen and what they did to Gladbach real quick too, because that Leverkusen just. Lovely is fun to watch, man. I mean, that was an amazing, complete performance from Leverkusen, up and down, right back to the back line, everybody up front, man. They showed up, man. That was a big match for them. I mean, obviously they leapfrogged. Now they're in the Champions League. That's a huge win for them, and they have a lot of momentum going forward, and they have a lot of depth. I think Leverkusen's going to be like, talking about Bayern and Dortmund at the end here with like these three might be a 3-man race. We'll see. Leipzig's obviously, that offense is ridiculous too.
You like Wolfsburg's offense?
No, Wolfsburg has no offense at all. They're in trouble, man.
Okay,
they don't find a way to get some production. Yeah, we're going to talk about that table before we move on, man. Like, we mentioned it, 39 points for Wolfsburg in that 6th spot. Dude, there's 3 teams that can catch them as far as I see right now. We're playing well. We mentioned Hertha. Man, I think they can catch them. You talked about Cologne. Cologne can probably catch them as well. If Augsburg all of a sudden catches fire, they'd have 4 points from 2 matches coming out, and they could have won that match against Wolfsburg. They should have beat
100%.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so you know what, man? Augsburg can be like a kind of a dark horse player. I don't think Wolfsburg's safe in that 6th spot at all. At all.
Right.
No way.
Well, there's 2 other afternoon games. So which one of those 2 you guys want to touch on? Is that one worth touching on? Werder Bremen.
Oh man, can you believe that Freiburg just basically let Bremen walk in there and just shut them down like that? When we just talked about
how
horrible they were.
Wow, what the hell happened there, man? What happened there?
I have no idea. I'm so disappointed in Freiburg. They're that kind of team that's just like a classic Freiburg move. Play well against a good team and then just don't even show up against the bad teams.
Whatever that was disgusting, man.
And they gave Bremen such an easy win. Like Bremen doesn't deserve a win at all the way they're playing right now. So that was definitely bad because Freiburg, they're another one of those teams where they can catch that 6th spot. They could definitely catch up to Wolfsburg if they start, playing. But yeah.
So we got a comment here by someone on Facebook, and it's Rycape who says, "What's good, fellas?"
Shout out to Rye Cape, man. Me and Rye Cape are going to be starting our MLB podcast this Wednesday. It'll be out Wednesday night, so give that a check.
Excellent.
Two high cappers.
Excellent.
THC, 2 high cappers. Yeah.
THC.
Nice. Nice. How the hell did you come up with that geniusness? Love it, man.
Oh yeah, Rye Cape. It's all Rye Cape. He's the criminal mastermind behind the MLB league.
Cool.
Right. So no, I definitely can't wait to see that. And really, you guys should definitely be broadcasting, streaming that, or I guess you're just going to record it and podcast it. But that's really cool.
We may move to live streams. We'll see.
Have a YouTube channel yet?
So we'd be remiss if we didn't at least touch on Dortmund, Munich. That's the early game. So
both teams just scored in the second half, man. It's a lovely price. I don't know. We were talking off the air a little bit about that match. You know what? As epic as the match is, obviously a 1-2 affair is, man, those two are going to feel each other out. Those two are going to feel each other out just like everyone else is doing. We know Bayern loves to possess the ball. They're not going to want to give Dortmund too many chances because guess what happens if you give Dortmund too many chances? Yeah, too. It could be 4-2 before you sit down. And we saw some breakdowns in the Bayern match this weekend, even though they cruised, obviously. I mean, they cruised. But those 2 goals kind of made it, it's funny how they talked about, we have a match here. No, we don't. So, I mean, they
what was the reverse picture? What was the score in the reverse picture in November?
What was their first meeting? I don't know.
It was 4-0 Bayern.
Yeah, beat down.
And is Dortmund getting back this week? Because the last 2 weeks they've been down some people, and that's why some people even thought Schalke had a chance against Dortmund in that when they first came back.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. My God, poor Schalke. But you know what? Like I said, if Dortmund's going to defend that home turf like we expect them to, they're going to have to score because you're not going to shut down Bayern. Obviously, Neuer's playing pretty well in that back of that net. And that back line is pretty good. See, that's the whole thing, man. As great and prolific as these offenses are in German football, these defenses and back lines are pretty damn good, man. Like, best in the league good. So, man, it's not just always going to be a shootout because the best 2 offenses get on the pitch. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, man. You know what? If it's 1-1 at halftime, I'm going to be like, wow, all right, we got a game. I don't think it's going to be 2-1, 2-2, going to the locker room, and we're going to get like a 5-4 affair. It could get wide open, obviously, but man, like I said, I think that second half with all the value that sits there, with both teams to score in the second half at plus 165. Say it with me, man. Plus money. You know what I mean?
Nice. I'm with you. No, I love that.
What a
plus
price
money.
that is.
No, good call. And so, what about you, Am? What is your take on this? Do you have a pick for this game, or?
I do have a play on this game. I definitely like Dortmund to win the match here. I think they can definitely get it done. Recently in the series history, it's been a very home-dominated series. Now, I know the fans aren't going to be there, but I still think Bayern's at a bit of a disadvantage. They're both on the 2 days rest, and they're the traveling team. So I expect the comfort level to be a little bit off for Bayern. Dortmund has shown from the 2 games back that they can definitely match Bayern and fight for that number 1 spot. This is going to be a huge game for Bayern. They're 4 points ahead of Dortmund right now, and they have a chance to stretch the gap here and really pull away. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Dortmund, they only have one loss in their last 10 games, and they've only conceded the one goal in their last 6 games. I think that this could definitely be just the Dortmund show. I think they can come out and win this. So my play is going to be Dortmund on a draw no bet, because I definitely think a draw is a possibility because both teams are so good. And like EJ said, the defenses could definitely show up. It could end up being a low-scoring game like that.
4-point differential, correct? A 4-point differential.
Yeah. It's Bayern at 61 and 57 for Dortmund. So they have a chance to pull away 7 points here. But if they slip up, then it's a 1-point battle, and Dortmund's got a chance for that title. So I definitely think this is a game Dortmund's going to show up for. Yeah. And I'm going to take them on the draw no bet at plus 162. That's a nice line, and I think that's a little too much. I think they're undervaluing Dortmund here for sure.
All right.
Wow. It's ballsy too.
Plus money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, we're talking about Schalke and Wolfsburg that they've come back from the break and play. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they've looked good, but you and I would look good against those two clubs too. Bayern's pretty good. That's a whole nother animal, man. That's a ballsy call. Of course, like you mentioned, though, man. 10-5. They played 15 matches this year, and how many losses do they have? Exactly. Oh. So, man, you hear the crickets? Yeah. So, man, obviously they know how to play here. Signal Iduna is definitely their little fortress, but, man, Bayern. I mean, Bayern, man. That's ballsy. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck, man.
So you guys, I hear, are sort of leaning to the under then, 3.5.
I don't know. That's a tall too because it's wide open. I'm not going to touch the main total. Like I said, I just think they're both going to score in the second half. You want to take the over 2 in the second half and at least push that because they'll both score in the second half. They're both going to score in the second half somehow. Whatever happens the rest of the way, like I said, if it's 1-1 at the end of the first half, it could be 1-1 second half as well. So there is your 3.5, man. But man,
right?
You never know. I mean, you never know. These offenses are obviously dynamite. So we'll see. But I can't touch the main total. I can't
touch the under for sure because 9 of the last 10 games between these two have been over. So that's definitely not a comfortable play.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. So
I'm talking about that.
If you had a gun to your head, you would take the
over.
We
were just talking about. Yeah, maybe, but again, that's what taking the chance of the first half going like pretty well. And I don't see that first half. Like I said, I don't see that first half being like a wow, holy cow, these two teams are going to go nuts. I don't know, man. They're going to feel each other out. This is a top 2 battle. I mean, make no mistake, these points are as important as any other points that are going to be played the rest of the campaign. So, these are heads-up points to the top of the table between the top 2 teams. Yowza. So, it's not going to get any more important.
Right.
I think it's going to start because no one's going to want to make a mistake. It's going to be more important to not make a mistake than it is to go out and make the crowd go wild. No, they're not going to go wild. So, you know what, man? That kind of hurts a little bit,
Yeah.
But, man, let's move on to that Leverkusen-Wolfsburg match. We were talking about Wolfsburg a little while ago. Dude, they got to go to Leverkusen. Did you see that Leverkusen team total over 2 is plus 115? Wait.
Okay.
Say it with me. Plus money! Dude, it's 2. Leverkusen's not going to score 2 goals this weekend or on Tuesday, huh? Your ass they're not, man. Wolfsburg's going to stop Leverkusen from scoring twice? You're serious? No, they're not. I think that
team total 2 goals.
Yeah, Leverkusen team total over 2. If they only score 2 goals, push me away. I will just live to bet another day, man. I've never been concerned about a push.
Right.
I got plus 115 on the board. Push me away.
All right. Is there any other games on the Tuesday that you wanted to touch on, AM?
Well, going back to the Leverkusen match, I kind of like Leverkusen on the money line. Now, it's minus 138. It's a little steep, but I think, as you said, you're on the total for the over 2. There's no way that Wolfsburg comes out and wins this game. Leverkusen's playing so well right now. I think sure they're going to win this hands down.
So maybe this quicker schedule is favoring a hot team that's just going to keep rolling. You know what I mean? And to get on this hot team, you know what I mean? So that's a good call on Leverkusen.
I think the only other match from those Tuesday affairs that I'm going to touch on, man, is that Bremen and Gladbach match.
Mhm.
Again, just because Bremen shut down Freiburg and found a way to, obviously the red card didn't hurt them, and he's not going to hurt them missing because he's the substitute anyway. So there's nothing to take from the red card and all that, man. Man, that over 3 is like -110, -105. Bremen's defense is just fixed because they shut down Freiburg's offense. Excuse me. This is still the club that gave up 59 goals and got this completely destroyed when they came back, man. They're going to get back to being that same club, especially with short rest. They're going to light up that Werder Bremen back line, man. Werder Bremen is going to get jacked up. I love that over 3. And again, if it's 2-1, push me away. I have no issues with putting pushes on the board. And I love straight 3s in a German football match, especially with those two. Man, give me that. Give me that 3, man. Love it.
Nice.
So that's my last Tuesday. I have the Wednesdays. Do you have anything else from Tuesday, Ian?
Yeah, well, I totally agree with you on the total there. I definitely think it's going to go over 3, and I'm on Mönchengladbach to win the game because Bremen, like you said, I don't just because they beat Freiburg, like that doesn't make all the problems are solved. Okay, this is still an awful team that's won 1 game in their last 6, so. They're not going to win against a very good Mönchengladbach team. That's probably going to be pissed off that they lost on their home field to Leverkusen.
The way they did.
Yeah.
So that's it for Tuesday.
That's it for Tuesday. That's a bow on Tuesday. You guys gave out a bunch of picks, a bunch of opinions.
Yeah.
And now we move on to Wednesday.
That's what we're here to do.
Right. And then
Did
after
you see the first match on the board, Matt?
Right. Yes. Hertha.
Leipzig and Hertha. Leipzig and Hertha Berlin.
So where's the value there?
How many goals? How many goals are there going to be in that? Now, if that match, you sometimes hate to exaggerate because you look like an idiot if it goes wrong. And I, for one, hate doing that. But this is going to be a 4-3 game. It's going to be a 4-3 game. Those two. Dude, that's another second half scenario, man. I saw that both teams that scores like another quick. I wrote that down, right? The over 3.5 plus money. It's plus 120 for the over 3.5 in that match. You're out of your mind. I cannot believe that the line setters are leaving us a little bit of value for at worst a 2-2 match to happen between Leipzig and Hertha Berlin. That second half is even obviously we've already seen, man. If it's nothing halftime, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go sweet because every time it's been that way, we've seen Berlin go ballistic in the second half, putting up 3-4, 3-5. My God, man. Yeah, I love that over 3.5. It's plus money. It's plus 120. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. If you listen to my podcast.
Very, very nice.
Yeah,
well,
I'm love it.
Again, another one of my plays right there. I love the over in this game. I think both teams are capable of scoring. As we've seen, Hertha just has exploded in the second half, the first 2 games back. And Leipzig, they put up 5 goals last week. Their first game back, fine, I give them a pass for that. I've seen Leipzig put up 3-4 goals a match. So these are both teams I trust scoring a lot of goals. Definitely like the over 3. Another play I love in this one is the second half total over 2.5 at plus 175. Like we said, Hertha has exploded in the second half. If you look at 3 of their last 4 games, they've scored 3 or more of their goals in the second half, and that's including the 2 coming back from the break. Leipzig's definitely good for a goal or 2 in the second half. This is going to go over 2.5 in the second half for sure, and again, that nice plus 175 on that.
God.
Very nice.
Money and plus money on 2 totals, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, well, there we go. Goals in that one, and 3.5 is just really low with plus money. And then, there's 4 other games then, which start at 2:30 Eastern.
Let's talk about the Dusseldorf match. My God, what is Schalke going to do now? All of a sudden, they're going to go into camp and, all right, guys, we have a day or 2 to fix all this. No. Dusseldorf. Draw no bet, minus 105, man. What, are they not going to take points? We saw what happened with Cologne. Oh, my goodness. What a way to give up a 2-0 lead, man. And they look pretty good. They look pretty good, man. Karaman, Tomei, both look great up front. And they have so much youth up front, too, man. You know what? Dusseldorf, if they can manage to escape this whole relegation battle, man, they're like the top 8, top 7, getting in there a little bit, man. They've got some great young talent down there. They really do.
Right.
I think they're going to find a way to take Schalke down because obviously we talk about form with Schalke on January 14th. You haven't won a match in 4 months, man. No. Now, you're not going to go into camp after what just happened to you this weekend and fix it. Yeah, I think Wagner's job is in trouble. I really do. And this is going to be more of a reason why Wagner might be looking at the newspapers and going, I hope I didn't get fired this week. I hope I didn't get fired this week. Dude. You know,
right.
so
Okay.
that
Well, there you go.
105.
I mean, I'm seeing it plus 173
Put it on the board.
in regulation.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
That's value.
And do you have any take on that one, AM?
Yeah, I do have a play on this game. Personally, I like the draw at plus 240. I think this is going to be probably like a 0-0 match or a 1-1 match. Schalke scored 1 goal in their last 6, 2 in their last 9. I don't expect them to do much, but then there's the series history where it's gone over 2.5 for the last 4 of the 5 games. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was a higher scoring match, but I'm going to take the draw on this one. I think this is just going to be. Wow. I think the crowd is definitely going to be an effect too. It's just going to be a slow match. Yeah, 1-1 or 0-0, something like that. I wouldn't surprise me if it was 2-2, but I think it's going to draw.
Wow. That's a call. It's great value. Obviously, anytime you call a draw, you're going to have value streaming behind it. So that's gutsy call, man. It's tough to put on because as soon as that goal goes in for someone, now you're just sitting there going like, yeah, but damn, now I got to root for somebody to score. And
what about the total on that?
You know,
what about the total on that one? 2.5.
Oh man, I think that 3. I think it was 3, wasn't it? I think I saw it was 3, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the total in this one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I was just looking more about this.
Oh, it is 2.5.
Beautiful
2.5.
Oh, it's 2.5. What's the price on it?
So the over is plus money.
The over 2.5 is plus. So there you go, man. Obviously, the line setters are kind of going with your idea, AM, about it being a low scoring match because the under is juiced.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the series history supports the over, but honestly, these two, I don't think Dusseldorf's anything great either. Schalke, we've seen, is just playing awful right now. They haven't been scoring goals, so I could see a very low-scoring game here, especially if the energy is not in the building. Yeah, they could be giving up goals, but like I said, I don't think Dusseldorf is anything great. I'm pretty sure they might be even missing their top goal scorer there. Didn't he get a shin injury in the last game?
No, I didn't see anyone come out.
Oh.
I didn't see anyone come out.
I need guys to tell me here. But so after that one, there's.
But even if he did take a knock, he might be sitting anyway because there's another game coming up in 4 days that they're going to have to worry about.
Yeah.
So anyone who took
I'm not sure. I might have been mistaken with another game, but
definitely going to sit out. No, he might have come out. I might have missed it, man. But
you like the draw on that one.
Anyone who took any kind of a knock coming off. Wow, that's ballsy call. I like it.
The draw.
Yep. I just think.
Wow.
I think it's going to be like one of those.
We can't touch on the Union
games.
Mines match, right? And we can't touch on the Union Mines game.
I have nothing on that.
So you'd have to pay me to talk about. Yeah, you'd have to pay me an extra $20.
Yeah, that's
to even start trying to break down what we could see there.
Now, honestly, that could go. That's another one. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole, but if you had to put a gun to my head and make me pick, that's another draw right there. That's the only thing I could come up with possibly on that game. But I'm not playing that at all. I do not recommend playing that draw.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to clear that one.
If they take up any more. Yeah, Oppenheim too. We see what Colin's done. Obviously, they 2-0, 2-2, 2-2. So, my goodness, man, what's going to happen again? Are we just going to expect them to just give up another lead or grab another lead and give it up? That was a crazy ending, man. That was one of the craziest endings I've seen in German football in quite a while. See that 2-2 draw like that. So it's
they reversed
terrible.
What they did.
Can you? Oh my goodness! Yeah, that was amazing.
Hoffenheim's another team I'm worried about. They're not scoring.
Yeah, God, they are in so much trouble. Their organization is crap. It's nil, zip. You know what I mean? 9. You know
Oh,
what I
that's
mean? Like,
another
it's
one
just,
where
there's
see, like
none.
they have
There's just
a
none.
chance to get that sixth spot, but I don't see them going anywhere.
No,
They're
they
just
don't.
not playing.
No, they
They're
don't.
they're not
No,
going in the
they
right
don't.
direction.
They aren't, man. They aren't. If you can't score in German football, guess what's going to happen to you, man? It's bottom,
Yeah,
mid bottom table
and look
all
what
day.
happened to Schalke. They dropped from the fourth spot, just kept diving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brutal.
And if they keep
Yeah.
diving like this, man, they're going to be dealing with relegation crap too. Just like that. It's amazing. Some teams come back like, all right, let's just hold on. Yeah, we better be careful because next thing you know, might be in Bundesliga 2 out of nowhere. So, yeah, I was man. A lot can happen.
And
Like
that's
you
exactly
mentioned
why I like
with that
Cole,
group. Yeah, they have a shot.
because
They can score,
they were in
obviously.
relegation. They were in the
Yeah, they
relegation
were
like
down
right
there.
before
They had points
January.
in the 14th week. Yeah, week 14, right? They were down at the bottom of the league. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
just the opposite of Chicago, who was up in the top of the table. Those two just went like my God, man. So yeah,
exactly.
that's yeah. I can't touch the Hoffenheim column match though.
No.
Even though that total is probably 3, there's a little bit of value behind it. But now you really need 4. And I can't hope that Hoffenheim's going to score and sit there going, "Come on, guys, you can do it." You know what? Like, no. You know what? There's certain teams you can have the expectation of sitting down there and watching the match and going like, "All right, these guys are going to score. I'll be all right." You know, like
Yeah,
Hoffenheim, you sit there, you're just like, "No." I mean, it's just, kind of buckle up and just get the hell out of there and say shit. What was that? Man, it's
yeah.
not good. No,
A
it's
tough
not
one
good.
to call.
And then Augsburg, match 2 with Paderborn. The only other match with Paderborn and Augsburg, we can't. I don't know how to play. If you want to mention something from that, but we've seen what Paderborn's doing so far.
Nope.
Wow, man, they're at the bottom of the table for a reason. And then Augsburg, obviously, now we talked about how they could be. They got 30 points, man. They're only 9 points away from that last Europa League spot. Even though, do you really want that spot at the same token? Because that makes next year a big pain in the ass, man. Because when you start in the Europa League oh god, you end up playing like 42 matches. You know what I mean? Like those Europa League, from Champions League to Europa League.
Right.
My God, man, you end up playing like 9 matches of football for no reason because you're not going to win the damn Champions League or Europa League. No, you're
There's
not.
no way.
You know what I mean? So is it really
Right.
worth getting there? I think it's just a matter of. I think for most clubs right now, it's just a matter of survive, get to next year, not get relegated. It's kind of,
Yeah,
especially all those clubs down low. You really got to just make sure you stay clear because the last thing you need is come back from a pandemic, let down all your fans when they actually do come back and watch you play. They don't want to see you in Bundesliga too. So,
Right.
these are all pretty damn important points, man. There's only 7 matches left, obviously 8 for the makeup match that we have. So, but my God, man, this is going to be a knockdown, drag out. Something's going to go crazy in
Right,
next year.
because if
It's
we're
not
gonna
going to be a little cakewalk and everyone's going to be, "Hi, I don't want to touch
Well-
you. It's okay. We're all good here." We're going to get chippy here at some point.
And if we're going to continue our breakdown of these games, that means we got to do it again on Thursday night. Because
Yeah,
it starts again
obviously,
on
right?
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, we could always do it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we always do it Wednesday night after the matches or Thursday night. Either way, I guess we could do it. Which way you want to go? AM Thursday?
I think Thursday works better for me.
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it Thursday last weekend anyway, so
Right.
keeping the uniform cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
definitely. No, it's been awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
on and breaking all this stuff down, which I'm relying on you guys to carry the load here, and that's
Yeah.
what the Insiders Room's all about. Everybody from around the world
Yeah.
has different strengths, and yeah, we all come together there. So yeah, thanks a lot. And so, what do you think? We'll just we'll leave it at that, or do you have anything else, any other plays, or anything else guys want to get out or give or anything? AM.
Yeah, Mike.
No, I think we touched
No.
on all the good matches with value. Like EJ said, those last 3 are just awful. You don't want any part of those. Who knows what's going to happen?
God.
And that there could be goals. It could be 0-0. Like,
Right. In the Hoffenheim and Augsburg.
oh yeah, in any of those, the Union Berlin one as well.
Right.
Oh God, Union. Union is so bad, man. They're gonna be bad. They're gonna be battling to hang on too here.
They're a team. They win one, they lose 2. They win one, they lose 2.
Yeah, one step forward and just a whole bunch back, man. Yeah,
Right.
not good.
All right, boys. Well, then
All right, man.
I'm looking forward to Thursday. I want to keep it rolling, and hope the other sports come back, and then we can roll with that as well, etc. All right.
Good luck, Kevin.
Oh yeah,
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks
All
for having
right.
us.
yeah.
Peace
Thanks
out.
for sure.
Okay.
Always a great time with you guys.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Yeah, man.
And so that's it. And so, yeah, we'll be back on Thursday night to break down week 29. So take care. Brush your hair. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.